Hi, welcome back to the Minimum Wagers Kitchen. I'm your host Gigi, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make easy baked chicken. This is such a great recipe, and let me tell you why. Super easy. Anytime you need something like rotisserie chicken or baked chicken in your recipe to complete the meal, this is great, super easy, and well, it really takes no time at all. It's from like 25 to 30 minutes. You just pop it in the oven, that's it. Stick it in the fridge. You've got about 4 or 5 days to use it up. I would say 3 to 4 just to make sure, so that way you get the full flavor still, and you can use the drippings for other recipes as well. I also use this recipe for easy chicken noodle soup. Let's see, pulled chicken recipes, and also too, like chicken salad. So it's super juicy, tender, and super easy to just pull apart as well. I mean, seriously, when I eat this, I usually just don't use a knife. I just use my fork because that's how juicy and tender it is. So, well, let me go ahead and show you how to make this. It's super easy. You're not going to believe it. For this recipe, once you have it all taken out and let it sit out and temp it to 165 degrees, because you definitely want to make sure it's baked, you're actually going to notice in the pan there's going to be quite a bit of juices. So that's actually going to help it from not drying out. It's going to help it to stay tender and really just moist and juicy. And that way, too, it's going to be able to pull apart if you want to make like pulled chicken recipe, like quick, easy pulled chicken recipes, or like I said, chicken salad, or just as is. All right, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Super simple. So we've got about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Again, you can use any vegetable oil. You're going to put half down. Okay. Next step, we're going to go ahead and just grab a fork. We've got our chicken thighs here. And what I'm going to do is just really try to separate them so that way they are nice and flat and on that oil. We're going to do that with all 4, and you can do 4 to 6 depending on the pan size. Today I'm just using a regular 8x8 square pan. You can use a baking pan too, which, by the way, that's what I'm using. So typically for like cake and like brownies and stuff like that. I'm in the cake section. Okay, so we've got all of our chicken pieces. I'll show you real quick here. And we still have quite a bit of oil. So now that these guys have been well oiled, we're going to go ahead and flip these over. And add the rest of our oil. And there we go. Easy. Flip her one more time, just to coat them really well. Okay. And there's that. Woo! Maybe not. And there you go. Alright, so now we're just going to go ahead and add salt and pepper to taste. I like to salt it a little bit more, just because you want to bring out the flavor of chicken. And with chicken, it's one of those meats where it doesn't have as much flavor. Personally, that's what I think. So that's why I like to use chicken thighs. There's more flavor that comes out of it, a little bit of, I guess not so much gaminess, but you do get a little bit more flavor. Especially because of the dark meats as well on here. Do the same here. And notice how I went ahead and salted and didn't put anything on the top. I just want a little bit of the extra salt to kind of, once we flip that over, to be on the bottom as well. So next step, I'm going to go ahead and grab some pepper. And go ahead and pepper these guys. Okay. And same thing with the garlic powder. You can also use fresh garlic, but again, that's why it's the minimum waitress kitchen. So, and with chicken thigh specifically, I think you can get away with garlic powder, especially too if you're using this for other dishes. All right, same thing. We're gonna go ahead and resalt. And pepper. And the garlic powder. Don't go crazy. A little sprinkle. Okay, that's that. That's it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven for 425 degrees. We're gonna do about 25 to 30 minutes. Really depends on your oven, guys. So just kind of take a peek about 20 minutes in. Make sure that they're not, getting burned or anything. Also, too, get one of these guys. Super cheap. You can get this too at like the dollar store or the grocery store. Just a little basic thermometer, nothing fancy. And what we're gonna do is we'll temp it at the end, make sure it's at 165 degrees, and that's it. And then I'll show you how it really pulls apart, and it's also very delicious. So I'm excited to show you, because this is a great launch to other recipes in the future. All right, we'll see you soon when this is baked off and ready to go and cooling off. All right, you guys. So while I'm making some chicken here and it's baking off, it smells terrific. Not gonna lie here. All right, get a little sip of my coffee here, and we are gonna get rolling on making a little tomato heirloom salad. You guys, I got these fabulous looking little tomatoes over here. These are little heirloom medley cherry tomatoes that I picked over at the Trader Joe's. I can't say they were on sale, but because they were in the package this big, it's pretty big. Of course, half of it is gone because I snacked some of them. They're pretty good. For these, they're about $4.49, I want to say. So yeah, a little bit on the spendy side, but I feel like they're going to go quite a way. So you can get about, I would say, 3 to 4 little salads for this. Also, too, adding like some arugula to this as well, feta cheese. The very easy balsamic we're going to be making here, a little balsamic dressing. So let me go ahead and show you. Oh, chicken! It's just happy times over there. Easiest way to do this is show you here on the camera. If you see the top right here where the stem would have been, go ahead and cut through that, especially too if you don't have the best knives and you don't have a knife sharpener available. This way you won't get kind of like that squished tomato effect. Now, if your tomatoes are squishing down pretty bad, you might want to reconsider. Those are probably a little bit old, so yeah. Go ahead and chop these up and I'll be right back, and we'll go ahead and make that little balsamic dressing here. Super easy. And then we'll get back to our chicken, which is, oh my gosh, like 10 minutes to almost done, and it is sizzling. Alright, see you in a moment. Alright, you guys, I am back. I've chopped the tomatoes here. Let me give you a quick show of this. Isn't that pretty? Look at all those fabulous fall colors in there. Yeah. Alright, so this is crazy simple. First things first, all you gotta do is a little bit of 1 part balsamic, 1 part olive oil, and just kind of give it a little mix there. We're just gonna drizzle that right on top of these nice, beautiful tomatoes. Boy, those do look delicious. And you can do a little bit of the salt to taste. Guys, salt your veggies. Seriously. That's a lot of times where people don't like their vegetables, and all of a sudden you add some salt and it makes a world of a difference. Alright, and if you like, I say pepper away. And for tomatoes like this, because They're so nice. They have that nice round flavor. Also, too, that nice sweet punch. Since they're a little heirloom tomatoes and all, that balsamic really brings out the taste. And also, too, a little bit of that flex salt that I have right here. Just coarse salt, not flex salt. And some pepper, ground pepper. Fantastic. Brings all those flavors out. All right. Next up, I've got about a couple minutes to go on that baked chicken. I'm going to show you how it turns out, and we're also going to take a look at how it really pulls apart. See you in a few moments. Hey guys, liking the channel so far? Liking the video? Go ahead and hit like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get more notifications when new videos come out. Woohoo! It's a win-win! Yay! Guys, the time has come. Let me go ahead and turn off this timer here and turn off the oven. And let's go ahead and get these babies out of here. Oh my goodness. Wow. That smells delish. Well, won't you look at that? Alright, let me show you here. That's what we got. Super easy baked chicken. I'm going to go ahead and plate this up. Wait a few moments, of course, so I don't burn my mouth with smithereens. But I will be back here in a few moments, and we'll go ahead and dig in. Show you how this baby pulls apart. It is so good. See you in a moment. Alright, you guys, now that we've got this chicken out of the oven, let's go ahead and take a temp here and make sure that this is at 165 degrees. Easy to temp. All you have to do is go through that part of the meat right there on the top, halfway through the meat. And that way you can take a temperature. And I am at 100 and, come on, 67 degrees. So we are good. We didn't over bake it, which is great. You know, you want to be a couple of degrees. That's no big deal. You don't have to be that precise. But you do want to make sure that it's at least 165 to 170. So that way you are not, well, you're not going to get sick. So, and you also, nobody wants raw chicken. No. All right, I'll be back here in a few moments, and we are going to go ahead and cut into this. And I'll also show you how this chicken pulls right apart. All right, you guys, so I am back. Let's go ahead and try this out. So again, easy baked chicken, super fast to make. 425 in the oven, pop that in there. 25 minutes later, boom, ready. Check it at about 20 minutes just to make sure. Every piece of chicken thigh meat is going to be a little bit different size and weight. So you just want to make sure you're not over baking it. All right, so here we go. And this baby just, boom, look at that. Oh yeah, appetite. And the nice thing too is it really does pull apart, as you can see. It's wonderful. I love it. I mean, I've literally like pulled it apart just with like the fork before, just like I am right now. And that way you can add your sauce, you can do your tacos, you can do whatever you want. So yeah, there you go. Look at that. Oven's ready. Guess what we're gonna be making next? Some delicious white cheddar cornbread. You ready? I am. Oh, and I'm hungry too, so this is gonna be great. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and give this a taste. Butter literally fell apart. It's lovely, but it's also not dried out. That's the other thing too. Not dried out, got a nice flavor. You know, again, salt and pepper to taste. It's to taste as well. So, and this also too, it's a great recipe. You are using the 4 tablespoons of olive oil, but in the end result, it's not all going to be on that one piece of chicken thigh. Also too, olive oil is probably a little bit better too than using regular oil. So, you know, you can switch it up how you like. But again, great recipe starter for a lot of different things. You want to do easy chicken noodle soup, chicken salad, or any fun thing like that, or just as is, especially with tacos too though. Oh, that is good. So many things you can do. Alright guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and clean up here, get ready, and we're going to be making some cornbread. See you in a few moments. Now we're going to be making some very delicious sharp cheddar cheese, or actually, wait, sharp cheddar cheese cornbread with roasted corn. Yum! Let's do this, shall we? Alright you guys, this recipe is also very simple, so let me go ahead and show you here. We've got our dry ingredients, and we also have our wet ingredients and our corn here. Actually, this is a dry ingredient, so we'll go ahead and move this over here. And what we're going to go ahead and do is do a 1 1/4 cup of just regular AP, well, all-purpose, just regular old all-purpose flour. So again, 1 1/4. There we go. Move this big bad boy somewhere else. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and do our 1 cup of ground cornmeal. We're going to go ahead and add our 1 1/4 tablespoons of salt. Okay, maybe not all over the counter, but you know, just saying. See, now, because my Italianness and Puerto Ricanness, all I want to do is Halloween time, you know, just in case. Alright, next up, we are going to go ahead and add some sugar here. And for our sugar, I am using a substitute of just a 1:1 ratio. We're doing a 1/4 cup right in the bowl. Also, too, we're going to do some baking powder. And for the baking powder, we are going to be doing 2 tablespoons, or pardon me, teaspoons. Alright, and then of course, we're going to go ahead and do some smoky paprika as well. And for the smoky paprika, we're just doing a 1/4 teaspoon as well. Okay, and then we are going to be adding a little bit of chili powder. That's going to be a 1/2 teaspoon. Yep, there we go. So there's that for that. Get a little coffee here. And the next part we're going to go ahead and do is mix this all together. So all of our dry ingredients are going to get all nice and mixed. Mixies. This is such a nice one too for fall. I mean, this is any time year round. This is great for like, you know, any holiday, pretty much. Nice little side. You know, if you don't have bread rolls, and maybe it's entrees and other sides that, you know, should go with cornbread. There you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. We are gonna start adding our dry ingredients, and I'll be back in just a few moments because I forgot to grab the cheese out of the fridge. All right, now that I got this all together again here, got some cheese. So you're gonna want to have 6 ounces of cheese. You know, you can use pretty much any cheese, but I do like the white sharp cheddar because it does give it that nice just oomph to it, right? Gives it that nice kind of tangy sweetness as well, to accompany the roasted corn, and also to the olive oil. It really ties everything together with the cornmeal as well. So I've got about 8 slices here. What I'm going to do is just kind of just break this up in little chunks, and, you know, then I'll be right back, and then we'll put this all together, pop this guy in the oven, and bake away. So yeah, see you in a moment. Alright you guys, we've got our dry ingredients all in the bowl here, so let's just go ahead and give these a mixy mix. And make sure it's well incorporated. Do a little pit in the center. Boom, bitty boom. Okay. Also too, now that we have our plethora of cheese, go ahead and put this over here before I keep snacking on it. Next step is going to be cracking our eggs, beating them, throwing them in there, throwing the rest of our liquids, and also to our corn. Cracking that last egg in here. Now that we have our eggs cracked, let's go ahead and get these guys whipped. You don't need too long, maybe about 20 seconds or so. After all, it's just 2 eggs. Done. Okay. Okay, so eggs are done. I'm going to go ahead and add the milk first. Eggs. The olive oil. And let's go ahead and give this a mix before we add that corn. Will really look like a slurry at first, I can tell you that. And just FYI, this cornbread mix that I make is a little bit more egg than most egg mixes. I'm actually also adding more cheese. It's going to make a big difference on how moist, also how it binds, and also too with the corn and the cheese. Should be pretty darn delicious. I am looking forward to this. Okay, there we go. Nice happy batter, no big lumps. And now we add our cheese. Have a little piece for me. Add our corn, half that cup. Now we're going to go ahead and mix this up. And by this point, getting all your ingredients together, and of course too, getting this all together and poured into the 2 6-inch pans. Well, you should be pretty well preheated at this point. So we got our pans here. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of olive oil just to, instead of butter, to grease this. Just a little dot. You're going to go ahead and happily just go around the whole pan and cover with olive oil. Then you're going to go to the next one. And with the excess that there is, now you can just go ahead and do the other pan as well. That's it. Okay, so now that we have this nice and mixed, and again, you know, you're gonna have some chunks in here because there's corn and there is sharp white cheddar cheese. Okay. So we're gonna pour our batter into 2 of the 6-inch pans right here. We're going to go ahead and pop this in the 415-degree oven, and we're going to go ahead and let these bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. All right, guys, these are all ready to go. I've poured them into the 6-inch pans here, baking pans, and let's see what happens. All right, let's go ahead and pop these in the oven, shall we? Okay, go ahead and wait 25-30 minutes, and I'll be back. Go ahead and pull these out of the oven and show you what they look like. All right, so cornbread is ready. Let's go ahead and pull this out of the oven and take a look. All right, so we made 2. I've got these guys cooling off right now. Let's turn off that oven. Boom. And let me show you the yumminess that is so springy, and also to all the chunks of cheese. Now, the pieces of cheese, quarter size, a little bit smaller in between, but really like just kind of mix it in there, make sure you have enough, and also disperse it evenly on both pans because it does settle to the bottom of that bowl when you're making that batter. So there's that. The other thing you want to do too, get a toothpick. You're gonna have cheese in here, so make sure you're gonna know. But if it comes out clean like this, you are good to go. I'm gonna let these cool down for about 10-15 minutes or so. You take a little bite here and try it out. I've had this sitting out here for about 10-15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and grab this guy now and just loosen it up with a butter knife. And loosen it up. Okay. And it's cold enough now that I really don't have to use a little dish rag here. So flip her over and boom. Look at that. That looks very delicious. And it smells delicious. Let's go ahead and try it out, shall we? Great, so I've got a butter knife here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut a little slice here. Oh, I hit a piece of cheese. Do another cut here. And this apparently is still pretty darn hot. But I'm excited. I'm still going to try it anyways. Probably burn my mouth. I hope not. Ooh, look at that cheese in there. Yum. See if I can show you guys. Look at that. Yummy. I'm excited. And it's got a nice, like, you got some corn in there as well. Alright, I hope I'm good. But here goes. That is really good. Wow. Super tasty, super moist. Sorry, I was trying to like, super moist, delicious. That corn too really helps. It gives it a little bit more of like the palate dimension. It gives it more of more texture for sure. I really like the golden crust. It's not overkill. It's not overly dry, so you still get a little bit of that crisp. Especially with the cheese. And then of course you've got the cheese that's kind of melted in between and pulling apart in between the pieces of the batter itself, the bread. So, and of course, I just, I spill things. If you haven't noticed. But yeah, really digging this. There you go. This was super good. I'm so happy I made this. It's going to be delicious for dinner, and you just wait until we put everything together. Guys, let's go ahead and taste everything. So we've got our baked chicken here. That is our easy baked chicken. That is just delicious, juicy, and just, hey, pulls apart. So we'll go ahead and dig into that in just a few moments. And of course, we've got our heirloom tomato salad with simple balsamic dressing, easy to make on the fly, and hey, super delicious. And look at those soft colors. Can't wait to try it. And the cornbread I already tried because I couldn't resist. And I am so happy how it turned out. Just adding a couple of those extra ingredients and then the extra egg really makes a huge difference. And of course, we'll go ahead and try everything again. Mostly be trying this again. So, freaking good. So yeah, let's go ahead and try this out. I'm going to go ahead and start with this lovely heirloom cherry tomato salad here. Mix this up since, balsamic kind of went down to the bottom of the bowl here. Just a couple simple ingredients into this easy little tomato salad makes a huge difference. Really good. Nice, sweet, round flavor to it. A little bit of that zing from the balsamic. And of course with that olive oil just kind of rounding everything out. A nice little palate cleanser right there. And now we are going to be going ahead and trying our chicken. Go ahead and try some of this. Yes, I'm using a knife. Can you believe it? And I really don't need to. It's just like falling apart. Go ahead and try this. I'm gonna have another piece because one of my favorite go-to easy recipes. So easy to make, and it's like, again, fantastic too. Well, and then there was corn, and this smoky delicious white cheddar cheese cornbread. That is really good. Pieces of the roasted corn in there, super moist, nice and springy. Also too, that golden crust, which I will show you our other one that we made. Nice golden crust that is. Super delicious. I really like the smokiness to it because of the smoked paprika. Really like the chunks of the white cheddar in there. And of course that corn really does help a lot with that moisture and the texture too. Because if you notice right here, right there, that's all melted cheese. There's like cubes in there, pieces of corn. Just wonderful. Super nice texture. Yeah, and here I am. Still can't stop eating this. Hi guys, there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit like, and don't forget to hit the notification so you can get more notifications when new shows come out. See you on the next one. See you next time. Bye. Bye. See you next time.